Welcome to part 7 of Kirby's Adventure, and now we are in Rainbow Resort. And I think the song for the stage was brought back in Kirby Star Allies, albeit at a different pitch. This level also has the least amount of secrets in the game. Well, I say that, and that technically goes to Vegetable Valley and Ice Cream Island because they don't have any secrets to find. But out of the ones that actually do have secret switches to find, this one has the least amount. There are only like 2 to find in the entire world. Or level.
Still weird how they're called levels.
Yeah, it is weird. Like there's one secret switch to find in the first one, and then there's a secret switch to find in the last one. Simple as that. So I apologize for bringing up the music again, but just to ask, from what you've heard, what do you think of the game's soundtrack so far?
I really like it.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it's very good.
I'm glad that they keep a lot of like the motifs and even redo a lot of the tracks or reference them in later games too.
Same. I absolutely agree. One theme that definitely keeps recurring, even though this one's not from Kirby's Adventure specifically, King Dedede's theme, which debuted in Kirby Superstar, is actually a series mainstay.
So it should be.
Yep. And like I brought up in a previous part, Grape Garden's theme was brought back for Kirby's Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Oh, and I should have brought this up earlier as well. The title theme for Kirby's Adventure is actually remixed in Kirby's Blowout Blast for the 3DS, and I was extremely happy to hear that because I felt like a kid again as soon as I heard that. I was like, oh my god, they remembered that song! Because I haven't heard that song ever, because that song hasn't been brought back since the remake, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland on the Game Boy Advance. So they brought it back like over a decade later.
That's awesome.
Yep. So now I have the freeze ability. So I guess you could say I could put these enemies on ice. Huh?
Yes.
Cool party.
They're all white Kirbys, blue Kirbys.
Yep. Also, excuse all the ice puns, but I kinda can't help it. Even though there were several ice puns in, say, Batman and Robin, because one running gag in Batman and Robin is that's just how many puns that film script is filled with. And Mr. Freeze tends to make a lot of ice puns, and that's like at one point he says, "Let's kick some ice," instead of, you know. And at one point he says, "The Iceman cometh," or "Stay cool, bird boy." Yep. Anyway, this level is basically a mini boss rush. Now, the music that plays here, how it just goes bum 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 bum. In the remake, known as Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, it instead plays a variation of King Dedede's theme, which is pretty interesting. Also, excuse that really bad footage. How it just kind of stuttered for a bit. How it just kind of glitched to another frame. Because I actually went over the footage for that, and I'm not sure what happened, but there was nothing I could do about it. So please excuse that that issue.
Oh, there's the turtle again.
Yep. Who is apparently an elephant in the remake. I'm about to hammer these guys down. Ha. Ha.
Ah!
Oh my god. I forgot how much I hated Bugsy, because his grabs are not very well telegraphed, unlike some of the later Kirby games. Because he has the exact same animation for, as if he was shooting out bugs, as if you would, were like grab or lunge at Kirby.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yep. What can I say? The mini bosses, they were scary as a kid because I couldn't figure out what to do. Like, how do I beat them? I didn't know that I could inhale the stars and like spit them back out of them. I think this is the last of the mini bosses for this level, if I remember correctly. Yep, I was right because I got the fireball ability. Oh yeah, I kind of want to talk about this, but in Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland, as well as in Kirby in the Amazing Mirror, and I think Squeak Squad as well. A lot of times when you view the abilities, you actually get this narration text that describes the ability, and a part of me likes to believe that it's actually Kirby who wrote all that down. Because I remember for the fireball ability, when you view the description on the pause menu, it says, flame tackle time, who's gonna stop me?
That would be. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. That's so cute.
Yeah, that sounds like something Kirby would think, so yeah. Because Kirby is probably one of those characters that is confident in his abilities. Especially in Kirby Triple Deluxe when he uses the Hypernova during the final battle. Actually, that reminds me, have you ever played any of the 3DS Kirby games? Like Triple Deluxe or Planet Robobot?
No, I don't think I played Triple Deluxe.
Ah, okay.
I know I didn't play Planet Robobot, but I don't think I played either.
Ah, okay. Planet Robobot is actually my favorite Kirby game of all time.
Oh, you mentioned that.
Yeah. And even though it's a 3DS game only, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to see it ported to the Nintendo Switch, especially after seeing some aspects from it be brought back in Kirby Fighters 2.
That'd be cool. I'd play it then.
Yeah, because some of the arenas in Kirby Fighters 2 are basically levels from Kirby Triple Deluxe and Kirby Planet Robobots, but only as arenas and in HD. And every time I see them, I'm just like, man, when are we gonna get a Kirby game in HD? When are we gonna get like an HD version of Planet Robobot and Triple Deluxe? In fact, something I think would be really cool is if, let's say they decide to combine Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot into 2 games instead of 1. Like, we could get, like, the Triple Deluxe Planet Robobot duology, like 2 games in 1. But something that would also be cool is if, so in Kirby Triple Deluxe, like both games do have a second playable character, or like another mode. In Triple Deluxe, the second playable character is King Dedede, while in Planet Robobot, the second playable character is Meta Knight, who in my opinion is way more fun to play as. One thing I think would be really cool is if they were to combine the 2 games into 1, I think it would be really cool if we could use Meta Knight in Triple Deluxe's levels or King Dedede in Planet Robobot's levels.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a port.
Yeah. As of now, though, the closest thing I have to fighting Queen Sectonia as Meta Knight is fighting the clone of her in at the end of Meta Knight's playthrough in Planet Robobot. So yeah. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I probably should have asked about this sooner. You already know that Meta Knight is my favorite character, but who is your favorite Kirby character?
Probably Rick.
Rick the hamster. Ah, from Dreamland 2.
Yes.
It's kind of funny hearing that because I know you like him because, you know, he's adorable and whatnot. And I know you love hamsters.
I do love hamsters.
Yeah. But I remember I was watching a review of Kirby's Dreamland 2 and 3 by Some Call Me Johnny, and he was talking about how he personally doesn't like Rick, not because not because he's a bad guy or anything. Because at one point he says like, I mean, I'm sure he's a good guy. He probably pays the tip well. But then he goes on to the reasons why he doesn't like Rick because of how he's basically more limited compared to the other animal friends like Kine and Ku. How basically the only thing Rick does in Dreamland 2 is that he basically, how do I put it? All he does is just simply run faster than Kirby, and that he can't fly, unlike Kirby.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, to be honest, I still have trouble with that cannon even today. I have never gotten into that cannon before. That is the one that I've never managed to successfully do because I don't know what ability I need in order to like use that cannon. Anyway, before I go into stage 6, I am going to go back a few worlds to get a different ability. And I'm also going to be showing off one bonus that I forgot that I never showed off, the Warp Star Station. This basically allows you to warp to any previous world with all these different stars that lead back to a previous world that you visited. So just like that, I can instantly warp to World 1 without having to go through all those back signs or back doors, basically. So I can pick up the sword here. And once I have the ability, I can go through the Warp Star Station again and warp back to the previous world. Although I don't have the Warp Star Station for World 7 unlocked, so that's why I have that's why I'm warping to level 6, so I can go through the door that takes me back to level 7. But anyway, does this look familiar?
Aww.
Yep. It's a recreation of some levels from the original Kirby's Dream Land. It's black and white, and Green Greens is the song that's playing during this.
It's pretty adorable.
It is adorable. Kirby Star Allies has something just like this, if you remember.
Yeah, it does at the end.
Yeah. How you get that statue in the HD rumbles the Green Greens theme. I like how in this one, Kirby is literally the only thing that isn't black and white on this level. Because if you look, even the HUD is black and white, much like the rest of the level, you know.
I wonder if they couldn't make him black and white.
Yeah,
or if it was intentional.
I think it was intentional because they wanted to still show whether or not Kirby had a copy ability, you know.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Which is why they kept that in Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland as well. Although in Nightmare and Dreamland's case, they make it so that the HUD is still the same color rather than being black and white like in Kirbys Adventure. So it's not as visually interesting, in my opinion. It still looks nice, though, at the very least. Either way, this is the final regular level in the game before the final battle, so yeah. And what a way to go out, am I right?
Yes.
Yep. It's a throwback to the very first Kirby game. Oh yeah, I should have brought this up since part 1, but one of the reasons why I'm doing this commentary is this is my way of celebrating Kirby's 29th anniversary. We were originally supposed to do it weeks before this day, but due to scheduling conflicts, that just couldn't happen. But hey, better late than never. Kirby, we still know that Kirby is 29 years old, and we saw that beautiful artwork that the official Japanese Kirby Twitter posted for his 29th anniversary, so yeah.
Secret door.
Yep, and it's in the moon, just like in Kirby's Dream Land. That's one running gag I've always liked with the Kirby games, a secret being inside the moon. I think that's a tradition they still have even to this very day, because I think they did it at least once in Kirby Star Allies.
That's adorable.
Yep. Alright, time for the final battle with King DDD. And I'm going to say this right now, King DDD is easily the hardest boss in the entire game, even harder than the final boss. The reason why is because every time you attack him, he always instantly reacts, even while he has invincibility frames, as you can see. See?
Yeah,
Like,
you have to run away.
yeah, every time you strike him, you want to stay clear of him in case he decides to inhale you or uh, or try to use his hammer. This is probably one of the most challenging DDD fights in the entire series. I don't think it's the hardest, but it's definitely one of the hardest. While King DDD's species was never really fully confirmed, at least I don't think so, it's pretty obvious that he's basically a penguin, like, because he looks like a penguin, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think most people just say that he's like a penguin.
Yeah. Mostly because of his mouth, how it looks like a penguin beak, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. I think the completionists humorously referred to him as King DDD, King of the Penguins, at one point, even though he's really the only notable penguin-like creature. There is a regular enemy in the other Kirby games that look like a penguin that happen to shoot out ice breath, but that's the only really other thing that comes to mind. And booyah! Just like that, King DDD is defeated. Most difficult fight in the game, but it's not impossible. But knowing you, Michelle, I know you probably wouldn't even make it past half of his health bar.
Probably not.
No offense, no offense.
It's okay.
All right. Anyway, that was part 7 of Kirby's Adventure. See you next time for the finale, where we finally finish this adventure.